let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California.
Okay, this is Andy Graham with the Ask Andy Show. I've been to 90 countries, and I traveled non-stop for 16 years, and I answer global questions about how to live abroad and how to have a nice life. Got some lady talking to herself. Okay, I'm in Vilcabamba, Ecuador today, and Gary B. I love your hobo he says, "Hi Andy, I love your Hobo Traveler YouTube channel. I'm 54, male, living in Kansas, and have for some time known that the materialistic life in America was making me miserable. I have written a book about my struggles with depression and was wondering if you could give me any tips on publishing it and marketing it on Amazon.com. Okay, probably 99% of the books right now are what they used to call vanity books or print-on-demand books. Print-on-demand books means that they have a computer file that goes into the computer and basically prints one book, sends it off to the person that buys it, whatever. Okay, as far as I understand, and don't get it, I do have a website called I forget. It's like my first book. If you get on Hobo Traveler and you click on the Live Abroad thing and they show all the things, you go to that page and there's actually a thing. I'll try to put it in the lower part of the in the comments area. I'll put it in the comments area on the YouTube channel, and that's where I take notes and like how to write my first book, and it's some questions like the size of a book. But you know, you really, you know, I think the big question is like, how big is a book? The average book should be about 225 pages, but let me tell you that there's a company called Ingram that is one of the biggest distributors in the United States for books. So basically they're almost the only channel by which all books go through. And if you go with any print-on-demand, and there's a lot of them, Book Locker, and there's all different things. One thing you do, you want to retain the rights to the copyright. So if you're not retaining the copyrights things, but a print-on-demand company is doing it, you're really in risk for your book. So I think Book Locker does this, and I'm using Ingram Spark, okay, ingramspark.com. Now this is part of the Ingram system, so I'm really right in the channel. The bad part about it is they basically want you to be much higher tech, and they're not going to give you as much support with uploading these files and making sure the graphics and the cover are done. But what I would do on any book that I wrote, I would recommend is you get on elance.com and have somebody or 2 or 3 people you know, proofread your book, and then there's the style and the format of how to have a beginning, middle, and end of a book. That's a tough one. You know, we have Real Traveler Press, where me and Alan were planning on doing some sort of a facilitation thing where we would work with you to writing skills and how to have a beginning, middle, and end, and walk somebody through the whole process for, you know, it's for a fee. It's like a consulting fee, and we could publish the book. So it's really available. This isn't really a travel book, but we might be able to do it on the side. But it's going to cost, say, like $2,000 to have us walk you through the whole process, get the thing proofread and published, and developing a cover for it, and logos, but the actual, once you get it in Ingram though, what's great is they take care of all the Amazon.com, and I don't know, they're shipping it to England, my book, and libraries buy it from Ingram, and they have this way to do it. But the way the big books, if your book gets really a lot of action, then it'll get picked up. When it's a sure thing, then your big publishers like Penguin Books and all these places and will pick up your book and publish it and pay you a fee and all that stuff. Most of the time, the people that get a finder's, you know, like say $10,000 to write a book, they find that they never get any. I've heard that they never get any residuals after that. It's like a one-time shot. So you better make it big on the first time if you're actually selling your book. But if you promote it on Amazon and you get your book where it's a bestseller, and then you get picked up, you could make a lot of money. because they're going to publish, they're going to print out 10,000 books at one time and do it. But remember elance.com is where you could have it proofread, and then you also have, but the big problem here is on all this stuff is it's pretty high tech. And this is one reason why me and Alan were talking about doing Real Traveler Press, is because we have the technical skills to get it up, and we really want you to just be a writer, okay, and not be a graphics person. You have to be a graphics person to put together a cover. You have to be a proofreader. You have to be an editor that says, hey, you're lacking on this part, and do it. Now, what's good for me is I've written 8,000 plus travel blogs, and I've got a lot of experience in writing. That doesn't mean my grammar's good or anything, or but I do have a voice, a tone, and a style. I know my voice and tone and style, and I know how to twist a phrase to provoke somebody. But everybody's got to be engaging in whatever in the book, and this is where an editor, which is you're almost not going to be able to get. But like I said, me and Alan are going to work with people on this thing. You can probably on Elance, you can hire people to upload these things, but you got to make sure that they show you some sort of background, that they have knowledge, and just call them up on the phone and talk to them and see if they can explain to you what they know. And then, but at the end of the day, if you got a complete thought, a beginning, middle, and end, and a finished book, there are people out there that can help you to do it, to finish it up. A lot of people just stall at that point because they don't want to feel stupid, because they don't know how to convert something from a Word file to a PDF or to there's a Kindle book style, and all these things you can pay somebody to do. But you at the end of the day, with the problem with the print-on-demand book is that you are responsible for the marketing, and but sadly for me, whatever, I really don't care. I just like writing books in a way. I haven't really done that much. Like I should have done a press release. I didn't do a press release with prweb.com, and I'll do one, I think, by the time I go home. I should have done one, and I should do a press release every year when I get another year of non-stop travel under my belt, because press releases get picked up by the press. What's happened is there's newspaper people and there's all sorts of websites that are just trying to pick up these copy and paste articles that they can churn all around the internet and act like they did a bunch of research, and they don't have to know anything. So they'll pick up these articles and churn them out, and you'll see that if you do a press release that it might go to 20 different websites, okay, and it's a real good way of marketing. They cost about $75 if you do your own. It's going to cost you about $250 if you do it. The actual cost of publishing a book is really kind of sad. It's only about $61. So you got to buy this thing. Say $100. You got to buy the barcode, that thing. I bought 10 of them because I knew I was going to write a lot of books, which cost me $300. But they're $75 a piece to have that little barcode on the back thing, and about $61 to do it. So say $125 to publish the book. So it's really not that much. But you got all this other miscellaneous costs, like proofreading is going to cost you at least $1 or $2 a page. Okay, and according to how good a writer you are, and they're going to, a lot of these proofreaders think they're editors, and they're not. So you got to be real careful here. But retain your copyrights. Always remember to, if you're getting on a print-on-demand website, you search for POD, print on demand, and you'll find a bunch of stuff on the internet. I hope that helps, and we haven't decided completely on the pricing on what we're going to do if we're going to walk you through, and basically you write a book and we just hold your hand and walk you through it, and you don't have to do anything but just keep answering our emails and telephone calls. But I would say it's somewhere between $2,000 and $5,000, and you get the book up and everything's pretty much included. Okay, thank you. Andy Graham, Hobo Traveler, trying to talk. I wrote the book, my first book, and trust me, I took the puppy dog book for the first book. I say puppy dog, that means easy book. The rules of travel, and I did it for a specific reason. And somebody just walked by, so I waved at him. I'm in the park in Vilcabamba, Ecuador, and now the sun's shining in my eyes. But we'll be writing. I'm going to come out soon, I hope by August 15th, with a city guide to Vilcabamba. And I'm probably going to be doing a lot of city guides, and I'll be writing one book on all my adventures so my nephew can have it, because I've actually been traveling longer than he's been alive. So I want to write one of these cheeky books about all the wild stories. I got it all outlined and ready to go, as far as all I got to do is write the chapters. So it's 25 days of writing and I got a book. Okay, Andy Graham, trying to thank you. It's kind of an interesting question, Gary, and I hope your book wasn't too depressing for you. I hope it was enlightening.
We can pack up tomorrow. Tonight, let's